Just another game, right, Baker?
Yep, just another game.
Come on.
No, I can't treat it any differently. I mean, yeah, obviously I've had a past and a history with them, but I mean, I can't treat it any differently. I just got to go in and practice like it's a normal one.
How do you plan on doing that, though? Because obviously there'll be some element of your mind probably shifting to that. I mean, what do you have to do to not focus on that?
I mean, just not pay attention to the outside noise. I mean, it's human nature and trying to get revenge. I mean, that's just how everybody works, but I got to focus on doing my job and my job only, and that's going out and executing my stuff and helping our team win, and that's what I'll be focused on this week.
How difficult is that to put it aside?
I mean, if you don't pay attention to the outside noise, it's easy. I mean, once you let everything get involved, I mean, it plays a factor. So I just got to pay attention to my job.
Baker, when you left Tech, a big part of it was you were transferring into conference. How much did you think, well, I'm going to have to play against these guys for a couple times too?
I mean, it's something that at the time you don't really think about, but then after you deal with it, I mean, yeah, obviously, and had to realize that it's in conference and I play them every year. So, I mean, it'll be good to get out there and have another conference game at home.
Baker, can you compare how good you are and how you've changed since you started down there? You know, when you were the starter and younger guy, compared to how you are right now?
I've matured as a player. My decision making's a lot better. I mean, that comes with maturity and aging and experience. Game experience always changes a quarterback with your decision making, and I felt like I've majorly improved as like that situation. So I mean, it's been almost 2 years now, so it's been a long time, and I've matured.
What was that game like last year going into Texas Tech and the welcome that you received?
I mean, obviously their fans always bring it. That's just how their crowd is. That's how they always have been. I mean, I went in trying to help our guys out, help them get the win, and help them cheer them on. But it was fun going into Lubbock for that win last year. But just focus on this one at home. It'll be good to have the home crowd.
You mentioned revenge a second ago. Hasn't it actually worked out for everyone? It's worked out for them. They have Mahomes, who's playing really well. It's worked out for you here. You're playing well here. I mean, in the end, it kind of worked out for both sides.
I don't feel like there's any differences. I mean, no conflict. I mean, I feel like I've moved on. I mean, obviously I'm happy here. I know they're happy now. Patrick's playing really well. He's a guy he's a good athlete, and he always has been. I knew that just based on when we were recruiting him when I was there. So they're happy with him, and our coaches, I'm sure, are happy with how we're playing right now. So we're ready.
Baker, listening to Lincoln after the game the other day, he was saying that you guys kind of figured something out in practice, and he wouldn't divulge it. But it sounded like, from his standpoint, that you guys kind of got over the hump, or you've taken it to another level. If you agree with that, could you elaborate?
I agree with it. I mean, obviously it showed up on Saturday. I feel like we just went out and executed our job, and we practiced better than we had all year last week, and I felt like that was just a matter of the tempo and the intensity of practice. Our leaders and our seniors stepped up, and I mean, we demand to be better than we played against Texas, and so that's what we held ourselves to, and so that's the higher standard that we have to play at.
Baker, you guys played with great tempo up in Manhattan. What comes first? Does playing with fast tempo lead to good offense, or does good offense make you able to play faster?
You can play fast no matter what. I mean, playing fast means the defense doesn't get lined up. They can't bring a crazy blitz or get into a special package. They can't substitute. So, I mean, you'll get base defenses, and that's what we got out of Kansas State. And so when we tempoed them, we got what we wanted. And so we got to execute our stuff and do our little things, and, I mean, we'll see what we want out of the defense.
Is it as simple playing tempo? Is it as simple as not dropping passes, not having penalties on first down, or are those things that you really had to focus on in practice in order to?
Yeah, it's a matter of, I mean, getting rid of the negative plays. I mean, yeah, the penalties will kill you early on in the drive, and then, I mean, dropping passes or having negative plays in the backfield. I mean, just limiting those negative things help you play with more tempo. And so just kind of not shooting yourself in the foot helps with all of that, and then just executing.
Did you know going into that first drive you were going to try to have no subs the entire way so you could keep that tempo going? Was that the plan?
I mean, we had to practice all week with different packages to where we could get in and out of different formations with our personnel, and I mean, we did a good job of that on Saturday, and so we're able to play with that tempo and not have it a sub out when we have guys that are very versatile, like all of our players, and so we can do a lot of things with our personnel.
Before Texas, you guys talked about having a really good week of practice, and then, you know, on Saturday you said the same thing, but it's two totally different results. What exactly was different?
Just the intensity. I mean, we held ourselves to a different standard last week. We knew that how we played against Texas is not what's expected around here. So we went out and we knew what we had to do, and that's what we're going to carry on throughout the rest of the season now.
Baker, when you get in that tempo and things get rolling, do you notice anything different with Coach Riley, whether he gets in kind of a rhythm or a groove or anything like that with his play calling or an attitude change maybe?
No, I mean, it's just kind of line up and do your job. I mean, he likes to tempo it. I feel like I play better when I go up tempo. So, I mean, I know he likes to do that too. It helps our line out with the pass rush. Defensive line, they get tired early on, and so he likes to do it. And then, I mean, just flipping around the formation and having the defense have to get their calling and then react to our formation. It helps us out when we go fast.
Did you play up tempo at Lake Travis all the way through high school? Or?
Yeah, I have my whole career.
So is it tougher for you to adjust to slowing it down than anything else?
Yeah, I've always wanted to go fast. I mean, I feel like I've always played better when I play fast, like I said. But I mean, when you're going slow, that means the defense has a chance to get lined up, like I said, and so you have to go out and really execute your job. Whereas if it's up tempo, they can be tired, and you can have a little miss up here and there, and you can still execute it. But I mean, it's about your job and your job only.
You and Zach Austin both walked on to Tech together out of high school. What's your relationship been like, and what's it been like to see him actually start to make plays this year?
That's my best friend. He will be for the rest of my life. It's a decision I made to walk on with him. We did that together, and he's finally getting his chance to play. His senior year, or our senior year, he tore his ACL, and so he didn't get any offers out of high school either. And so we decided to walk on together, and now he's getting his chance to play, and I know he's capitalizing on that. His first game, he had a big one against Baylor, and so we've been texting back and forth. I mean, he's one of my good friends, but I mean, come Saturday during the game, we won't be close. But after, I'll talk to him again.
When he tore his ACL, did he kind of lean on you for support whenever he knew that his chance of getting offers was slim?
I mean, yeah, it's obviously disappointing your senior year if you get a season-ending injury, especially it was the third game of the year, so it's disappointing. But I mean, he leaned on whoever he could, and that included his family, and I mean the whole community surrounded him and helped him out.
Baker, when you're playing in that tempo, how much freedom do you have to make checks or audibles or things like that?
I have the ultimate freedom. I mean, what I'm seeing out in the field, Coach Riley gives me the freedom to check out of it, or if I don't like it, check into something else. And so it helps with me when we go up tempo and we have a play called already, and we're lined up and we're getting ready to set and ready to snap the ball. If they line up in something we don't like, I can check out of it, and we have plenty of time on the clock to make an audible.
Has it been that way all season, or did you have to build up that trust?
No, I feel like we've had that all season. I mean, throughout 2 days too. All three of the quarterbacks, we've had the ability to check out, and he trusts us with that. And so when we go up tempo, that just helps it out even more.
Only 3 interceptions this year. Just talk about your ability to take care of the football and not make bad decisions throwing.
I mean, it's just a matter of decision making. Like I said, I've matured as a player, and my decision making so far this year has been good. And I just got to keep doing that, and just, I mean, checking it down when I need to, and taking my chances when I can.
You still keep in touch with guys from Tech at all? Any other guys?
Zach. I mean, every once in a while I'll talk to Patrick. Trying to think. Pete Robertson on the defense. I've known him since I was in high school when he came down to Lake Travis with Michael Brewer when he was there too. So I know a lot of people there, but just keep in touch with probably those three the most frequently.
Any friendly trash talk yet so far?
Not yet. I'm sure there'll be something exchanged, but it won't be too serious. Just joking around.
Communication with the coaches? You mentioned you still talk with Jade Norvell.
No communication.
Anything else?